Welcome back to the Graphite Curve Studio. It has been a minute since I last spoke. There hasn't been a video with voiceover since I hurt my hand. While drawing, if you can believe that. Karlie didn't have a script, and I really wanted to. I figured that I wouldn't risk further injury by trying to write a script. Then I drew the agony of defeat, but was so devastated by G2's loss in the Rocket League World Championships that I didn't want to talk. My sister got to go to the World Championships, but when she got back, she also brought the flu. With a sore throat and an insane headache, I didn't want to record voiceover. At the end of the battle with the flu, I drew Just Breathe. Because just as the girl is arms up, chest out, taking a full breath, that was all I wanted to do. But now this has ended. I feel better, thank God. It didn't last long, but it was intense. I usually have drawings done well in advance, for editing, and it was a good thing that I did. The illness was so bad I never really wanted to get out of bed. My body ached, my joints especially, and I only drew this last one as I was able to finally get out of bed. And now that we've caught up to the present, let's talk about this drawing. This is a drawing of the adult entertainer, Karlie Montana. She's known for her red hair and natural body, some things that are very rare in her industry. I probably found out about her back when I was in college, when I consumed way too much of that content. I found this image in the middle of the afternoon. I loved how this picture accentuated her figure, and I wanted to capture that. Only there was one problem. I haven't tried to draw anything of this scale in a year. And now I was going to try just having recovered from a serious illness. I don't know why, but I did it. I just started. I don't usually draw in the afternoon, as most times I'm busy with what others want me to do. Something was just different. My sister was at work. My mom was taking care of dinner. I really had nothing to do. And I started with the line drawing. And once that was done, I started with the hair. The hair wasn't difficult. However, it is impossible to really truly depict red hair with a graphite pencil. The face was a little more difficult, as it was facing downward and away. If I would have thought more about it, I would have picked one that had more of her face showing, so that I could capture her likeness. But in the end, this was more about her body. I started with her shoulders and worked from there. Light layers of 2H for her skin tone, though my camera makes this lighter than it actually is. I'd probably need to adjust the settings of the camera, but I don't want to mess things up, so I'll have to deal with this for now. The breasts were a bit of a challenge. With her center of gravity off to the side, this made her breasts push to the left. Trying to capture that wasn't easy. It was also at this moment that I also realized that there were two light sources. One that was above her, this is how we see the highlight in her hair, and one that's in front of her, probably from the camera. This is why she has a bright spot right in the middle of her breasts. I didn't notice this when I was choosing a picture, as I guess I was totally focused on her hips, as we'll see later. As I begin to work on her hand, you can see the very dark shadow under her fingers and her palm. This is because of the light sources. And as we work on the second breast, we can again see the front-facing light source. Knowing this explains why I seem to have trouble whenever there was a shadow or a highlight. I don't know if you do this when you draw, but I try to imagine where the light source is coming from, so you could accurately place the shadows. But with this one, my mind was confused. I thought it may be the effects of recovering from the flu. This is when doubt began to creep into my head. After all this time without working on something, do you remember how to do this? Is it going to work this time? Or was my henna drawing just a one-time lucky drawing? I refused to believe that. I created it, and I doubted the whole time until it was done. But I made it, and I could do it again. Before I started this one, I was supposed to go back and watch henna to learn how I made that one. It seems recently that I've been going into the studio without a plan. Well, there is a plan. It's really quite simple. Draw the picture. It's only when I'm working on drawing paper that I find myself doubting. Doubting myself, doubting my skill, doubting my intelligence. I say to myself, why would anybody want to watch this? When I'm alone drawing, I don't doubt. But the moment the camera beeps and we're rolling, I have to take a moment and tell myself, just do it. If you asked me, am I going to make a good drawing? I would say I don't know, but I know I won't stop until I like it. The same happens here. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but I wasn't going to stop until I learned something. And I did. I learned that I have a bad habit of letting the pencil lose its sharpness, and then wonder why the drawing isn't going well. But that's a problem for another video, and another drawing. The hips went about as well as they could hope. This is where the top light and the front facing light combined to confuse me, and I did what I could. I tried for a different texture on the bikini bottom, but due to the dull pencil, it didn't turn out as well. When it's all said and done, I enjoyed my time with this drawing. It took about 2 days, but only about 8 hours total. But I learned a lot, and I hope you did too. Take care, and God bless.